Hey guys, Chris Dunn here, aka the Boogeyman. On this episode of Boogie Tech, I'm gonna run you through Mama Boogie a little bit and what we've got done. It is on its feet, it's rolling. Man, it's just got the right look. And I'm also gonna take you around a little shop tour. We got a lot going on. It's been going on in the hot rod shop, and I really ain't even showed you. We got this badass T-bucket right here that kind of come in a couple of weeks ago that we're just assembling for a guy and doing some brake lines. And I also want to show you the 57 Chevrolet that we've been working on for probably a year. Basically, we took a gasser and converted it into a low street car, something I typically don't want to do, but it's a good customer and we're doing it for him. So stay tuned, hold on, here we go. Okay guys, first thing we're going to go over is Mama Boogie. Mama Boogie's on its tires. I actually washed it earlier, which is crazy. I know people saying, how could you wash it? But it took me a long time to get this car the look that I wanted. Here's what we've got done. We've got pretty much the whole suspension's done. It's bolted in. Do not have the center section in it. I got to TIG up the pan hard and put one more little bracket on it. And I've got the pan hard up in the top up there. It's a little bit welded, but it's got to be finished welded. All this is ready to go to powder coat, tear it apart and go. I've got a tray up there made, a cover that I'll show you in a minute that we had to make that basically we had to cut a bunch of the floor out and it's a cover to go over. And then there's the trunk pan. Ordered a brand new trunk pan. I'm going to end up cutting it off at about here. And I'm going to take 7 inches out of it, put it back together, and then it goes to that cover. You know, we got the cross member welded in, which turned out pretty nice. I ain't gonna lie, I think it turned out nice. All this is done. Like I said, it's rolling, sitting on its tires, which took me years to get done. So I'm so stoked to buy that. Now we're ready to kind of set the motor and transmission. This is the mock-up engine. You know, I'm building a 408 belt-driven supercharged engine. All the parts are at Wayne Celeste's at W Maching. Basically, small block Chevrolet, 2 carburetors, blown through. This we're going to run an S10 5-speed transmission. Give it a little shot. The reason I went with the S10, and I'm going to upgrade it. They make some upgrade stuff. Is you can actually, I'm going to put the bench seat back in it, and where the shifter location's at, it's going to allow me to do that. So we're fixing to try to mock this up in the next few days, you know, and get it mocked up and get the motor mounts welded. And then Mama Boogie, dude, is in pretty good shape. Now, this is a 23 T-bucket that a guy come in here a few weeks ago, and I worked on his calipers for him. And he had bought this car somewhere out of Greenville, South Carolina is where it come. And the guy that started it 25, 30 years ago has passed. But the guy was a machinist. He built all the A-arms. I mean, just every bit of quality second to none. We dropped the big block in it one day last week. We've been putting brake lines and fabricating all the brake lines up. We're going to put the trans cooler in, set the body on, help him get his gas pedal. We're basically just doing some assembly and light fabrication, just actually, you know, like fuel pump, just getting stuff like that together, you know. But I'll post some pictures of it because it's just a bad looking, man. I mean, it's just so cool. I've been always said I wanted to build me an OT bucket. I'm going to one day. I just think that they're just cool. This is nostalgia. Now, the 57 Chevrolet. This is it. If you follow my Facebook, you've seen it. Basically, we took a gasser and we put a Camaro front clip in it, like a Tri-6s, 67, 68, 69. I think this is a 67. Molded it into the chassis. Basically built all new back half, kinda. We built new ladder bars, a low set of ladders. Redid the whole back end pretty much. New cross member, a lot lower. New transmission, cross member. It's got a big block blower engine that C&W Machine built, Wayne Celeste. This is where we put in the Camaro clip. All that's been done. I had to, we're really close to being done. We got to do some work on firewall. This right here, I had to take and cut the floor out, put him a sump and all in. He wanted the fuel cell in the trunk where it used to be. I mean, it used to be under here, and he wanted it in the trunk. So we did a bunch of that work. Right now, I've got to get this front end going over around the blower, and he wants it to slide. The slide mechanism that was on it just really didn't work that good. So I'm building one like I got on the Boogie that's got bearings and stuff like that. But this is going to be a badass car. I'll do a full around when we're done. You know, it's just badass, dude. I mean, it's just, you know, we redid the roll bars coming out. It's got tubular, coilovers, the whole 9 yards. And of course, here's Booger. Boogie is going to have the engine put back in it probably tomorrow night or Tuesday night. And we're going to go do some testing. I just ain't had time to do it. And I wanted to, before I put the engine back in, I got to fix some bolt holes. Like the valve cover bolts that thread into the head really ain't, they pulled, and I ordered some inserts to go in them, so I got to do them tomorrow, and it gets the engine back. And of course it needs, look how bad dusty it is. Oh, it needs a bath, put it back together, and we'll go do some testing. So the main focus was Mama Boogie. God, don't that thing look badass. People say, I can't, why are you doing it? It's just the look. It took me, I'm not kidding, guys, it took me years to find the right car with the right look. The paint's cracked just like I want it. The car is really solid. It ain't even really a bad rust bucket. I say it's a rust bucket, but it's not. And when we get the roof done, Greg Porter, the Night Stalker, if anybody knows the Night Stalker gasser, is going to do my roof for me in my dash and paint the interior. We're going to paint it. The interior is going to be like brand new. Flake the dash, flake the roof, and touch up any places on the body, but we're not painting the car. The car's going to stay just like this. And like I said, it's got a 5-speed in it because, you know, I love a straight drive. And we want to build this little blower motor, and we wanted to blow through 2 carburetors. And Bob Zabo, carburetor Bob, thought it was interesting. He's been working on it with us. So like I said, it took years to get it to rolling, but it just got the look. So, all right, guys, I'm going to tune off of here. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and tell your friends. You want to see some badass Nova build, you want to see a badass 57 build, or you just want to see some badass gasser racing, or just an old traditional hot rod. You know, like, subscribe to Boogie Tech. Chris Dunn, a.k.a. the Boogie Man.